Who's going to be the baddest dude when you come on these white lines? Be the baddest dude on these white lines starting tonight. No excuses. Let's do this thing.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Brett Beard Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. I'm Cooper Burrell, and as always, I'm here with Coach Beard. Coach Beard, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Ready to get back to work?
Yes, sir. Coach, we had a very tough loss last week against EA at home. Just talk me through that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we got to recognize, this team, your back is against the wall now. You got 2 big games left against probably our 2 toughest opponents in the district. We're real close, but you can either, get over that hump and make something different or change something for these next 2 weeks, or we can always just go down and be, this was a group, man, they were just always so close because you're not looking at many plays, and instead of being 3-5, you could be 5-3 or 6-2. And it's on us to get the job done. And, your back is against the wall now. What better time to get the job done?
Let's get into these highlights. Denham takes the field coming out of their inflatable jacket. Sees them running on to the field. American flag in front in the purple and white. It is senior night. Jack is still taking the field. Jack is forced to punt, and it is blocked by EA. EA gets the ball. EA gives it to the running back, who breaks outside and is finally brought down. 3rd down, number 9, Caden looks to pass, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by number 7, Mason Reese. EA goes to hit the field goal, and it is good. EA 3-0. Goldman with the ball, now looking, throws downfield, and it's complete to number 80, Colton LaBeouf. A big game for the Jackets. Goldman hands it off to number 22, RJ, who is finally brought down by a group of EA players. A big run by RJ right there. Offense still with the ball. It is thrown to number 7, Mason Varese, but is short of the 1st down. Great catch. Jackets go for the field goal, tying the game 3-3. EA with the ball. Number 21 is taken down in the backfield by number 19, Kai Dryron. Big run by number 5, Washington, deep into Jacket territory. He was finally brought down. Number 9, Gotro, looks to pass, and it is caught by a great tackle by number 6, Deshaun McBride. Fourth down, EA goes for it, looking for a big throw, but he is hit big by Jonas Clark, number 2. Great tackle by number 2, Jonas, right there. Coach, let's talk about this big hit by Jonas.
Yeah, very solid back and forth game at this point. Had to have a big stop, and Jonas with a big play for us right there, which was critical in a 4th down. And you can see we got a little energy.
Number 13, Goldman, hands it off to number 5, Hudson Byers, but he is stuffed at the line. EA with the ball. Number 21 runs it up the middle and is hit by number 6, Deshaun McBride. EA's quarterback, number 9, looking to throw. He throws it, and it is caught on EA's sideline. 1st down, Spartans. Gotro hands it off to big number 79, Joseph. Touchdown, EA, 10-3, Spartans. Jackson's ball, number 13, Goldman, looking to pass. He gives it to Hudson Byers, but he fumbles, and it is recovered by the Spartans. Finally pushed out of bounds. Spartans ball. See them celebrating after the fumble. Coach, let's talk about this fumble right here.
Yeah, just another opportunity we squandered away. Big Big chance right here at the end of half to maybe go down and score some points going into halftime and get some momentum and some life. And, mistake by us.
Number 9, Gotro looks the pass again, looking downfield and throws, and it is caught by number 21, Wilson. 17-3 Spartans at halftime. Coach, let's talk about this touchdown right here.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's where things are getting costly for us. The turnovers are turning into points, and again, kind of making some mistakes that are big time critical mistakes that are hurting us, and got to continue to clean that up and negate the big mistakes.
Third quarter now, number 9, Gotro looks to throw it over the middle, but it is almost intercepted by number 6, Deshaun McBride. Jackets with the ball, number 13, Goldman hands it off to number 5, Hudson Byers, who runs it for a nice game. EA's ball, number 5, Washington, is stuffed at the line by number 2, Jonas Clark. Number 9, Gotro looks to pass, and it is incomplete. A big hit by number 39, Trevor Lewis. Love to see the big hits. Fourth quarter now, Jackets with the ball. Number 13 looks to pass, and he gives it off to number 6, Deshaun McBride, who runs it all the way in. EA still with the lead, 17-10. Coach, let's talk about this touchdown right here.
Yeah. We got to do a good job getting the ball to our playmakers' hands because you can see what can happen. 6 is a special player, 7 is a special player, and we haven't done a good enough job getting them the football. And that's where we got to get better as coaches and let our kids go make plays because this is what happens when you do. We throw a slant route and he takes it to the house for 60 yards, which is a game-breaking play that we got to have more of.
You see McBride right here after the touchdown, tired after the big run. Number 9, Gotro, is under pressure but rolls out, finally deciding to run, and is finally hit out of bounds by number 3.
That was a killer play.
Gotro throws to the end zone, but it is batted away by number 3, Brian Hawkins. 9, Gotro looks to pass again, and it is caught, but looks like it's caught, but it is picked off by number 1, Rancher Miller. Jackets ball. Coach, let's talk about this interception.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the killer play early on to keep the drive alive was the letting him out of the pocket when you had a chance with a big sack. And right here, you got to make a play. Back against the wall, trying to keep it a one-play ball game. And Rancher Miller comes up doing Rancher Miller type things, and that's making a big play when need be. And that's a dude right there that gets the job done. We just got to continue to let him eat. It's been a lot of fun watching him grow up.
Jackets with the ball now. Goldman under pressure. His pass is intercepted by number 12, who is finally taken down by Puffer. Coach, let's talk about this interception right here.
Yeah, look, a little sophomore right there at quarterback. He's learning the hard way, kind of thrown into the fire. But at this point, you can't make these mistakes. Actually, the ball was not even supposed to go that direction and go to that person, and he's got to get the job done. And that's ultimately where we're at. It comes down to guys getting the job done and not making these critical mistakes. And in this situation, it's a one-score ball game, and that's a bad mistake that we've got to continue to grow from.
Number 9, Gotro, rolls left, and it is broken up by number 6, Deshaun McBride. Gotro gives it to number 21, who runs it into the end zone, putting EA up 24-10. EA putting the game away. Coach, let's talk about this touchdown right here.
Yeah, I think if you look at all our games and where we've come up short, I think it comes down to 2 little things. It's blocking and tackling. We got to do a better job of doing both. We've made this game so complicated when all you got to do is block and tackle to give yourself a best chance of success. And right here was tackling. We let him walk right in a critical time.
Jackets looking to score fast. Goldman pass is complete to number 6, Deshaun McBride. 4th down now. Goldman looking to pass, but his pass falls incomplete to number 5, Hudson Byers. Turnover on downs. EA running the clock. Hands off to number 79, Joseph. Runs for a first before being brought down. see here them celebrating after the big run, putting the game away. EA takes a knee to run the clock out. The Spartans win 24-10. Jackets fall 3-5 on the season. Stats: Dejan Goldman, 19 of passing, 136 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Deshaun McBride, 13 receptions, 85 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jonas Clark, 8 tackles, 3 assist tackles, and 2 quarterback hurries. Coach, I want to talk about the offense first. The offense had a lot of 3-and-outs and turnovers. What's the offense's plan moving into these last 2 games to get these turnovers and 3-and-outs going?
Well, I mean, to the naked eye, it looks really bad, because they're not sustaining drives, they're not finishing drives, and it is bad. But, realistically, man, it's going to come down to pride and studying and wanting to do the job, because if you really watch our offense, it's an 11-man game and only about 9 dudes do it right just about every play now. This can be looked at many different ways as, who to point fingers at, who to blame. And at the end of the day, it's on us as coaches if we can't get them to understand it and learn it and execute it. And we have to be better. And on the flip side, we need you to learn and study and take pride in your job. And, little things, when you call counter and you've run counter 8 weeks and one guy decides not to pull, little things like that, that's unacceptable. When you run outside zone and you block down on the edge instead of hooking the guy you're supposed to hook, I mean, that's on our job to get cleaned up as coaches. And, that's what we got to look at ourselves. I mean, we're not scared we're not going to point fingers and make excuses. We're going to figure out a way to get right, to get better. If we got to continue to simplify even more for our guys to go play, we got to do that. We got to give our guys the assignment they can execute. Because if we're asking them if they're the best we got and we're asking them to do something they can't do, that's coaching and that's on us. But with the little mistakes, if they clean those up and we get to 11 guys executing a job, we got a chance to be successful because we've seen it before.
Coach, I want to talk about the defense next. Defense came out of the half playing much better than they did in the first half. What changes did the defense make to make this happen?
Defensively, I think we've played well. And for the most part, our guys have played with their back against the wall. I mean, it comes back to little things. We've missed some pulls, we've missed some tackles, we've blown some coverages. But, I mean, that's high school kids. You're going to make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, football goes on, life goes on. But for the most part, I've been really pleased with defensively. I mean, we're keeping ourselves in games. We're giving ourselves a chance. And, that's all you can ask. Guys play hard. They fly around. We just got to do the little things. Got to continue to get the little things right. And, again, clean up the mistakes.
Coach, I want to go back to offense. I want to talk about Goldman. He played the last 2 games, all of the last 2 games.
Yep.
Are you looking to change this, or is this going to continue?
Well, I tell you, we have the luxury of having 2 really, really good quarterbacks. And I think for them to continue to press each other and make each other better, we got to make them battle it out day in and day out. And I think this doesn't change anything as well. I think Goldman has had better weeks of practice the last couple of weeks, which is why he's gotten the start over Jerry. But this is going to be no different. It's give them the opportunity to win the job or take the job. Because we want some consistency there, and we're not getting consistent play even by the guy that wins the job. So we need to get more consistent across the board there, and we're going to let them battle it out. Iron sharpens iron. And, again, we're going to put them in the JV game Tuesday night and let them battle it out. And that's going to be part of the process we look at and getting those guys ready to play and who's going to be ready to play. So Tuesday night's going to be a big deal for those 2 quarterbacks.
Coach, one more question about EA. There were just a couple of things that kept us from getting the win last week.
Yeah, but look at the spring game and look where we were. We were a lot better. There's been a lot of growth. We have changed. We have grown up. Really pleased with where we were at. The shooting ourselves in the foot are mistakes we're going to make, man. We got some high school kids that are still learning the game, that are still inexperienced, that are getting opportunities and making some big mistakes, and that's part of it. You got to learn from it. We got to move on. But EA is a good football team, and we said that all along. I mean, they play a ridiculous schedule, which puts them in the in a bracket to where they look like they're a bad football team or a bad program, and that's not the case. They probably got one of the best O-lines in the state. They probably got some of the best skill in the state. They fly around. They play the game the right way. And to beat them, you have to execute, and you have to be nasty. And that's one thing I love about playing against them. They have a nasty attitude, and you got to match it, or you get exposed. And there was times we got exposed. If you watch some of the film, there's a lot of our backs on the ground getting exposed by some of those linemen, which only are going to make us better. So I love going against EA, but I love our growth. I mean, we have gotten better. You know, does the record show it? Like I said earlier, you're a few plays away from, instead of being 3-5, we could easily be 5-3 or 6-2, but we make critical mistakes. We blow coverages. We miss tackles. We don't block the right guys. And you know what? That's coaching. That's on me, and well, I'll get it right.
Coach, I want to talk about Dutchtown. They are 6-1. It's going to be a tough competitor. What are going to be the keys to winning this?
Well, not only that, I mean, let's not forget they're probably pretty pissed off still from last year. You know, they're up big in the fourth quarter when they could come back to kind of shock them. This is one of the better teams in the state. I mean, you know, we've left ourselves in a big hole with our back against the wall. And I mean, what better way to make it right than go toe to toe with a big time playoff team to get this first one that we got to get to the next two, and you know, find out where we're at. I mean, Dutchtown's a good football team. They're a physical football team. They're big, and you know, I'm excited to see us play again. You know, we're upset. We are unhappy. We are pissed off. I mean, that's the way it should be when you're 3-5 and you're reeling and you can kind of look in the mirror and see where mistakes are being made. You should be unhappy. You know, it's not a pissy, it's a pissed off. And there's only one way to make it right, and that's get back out there on Friday night. So our job this week is to continue through the process and cleaning up who we are and what we do so we can go out and compete at a big level to get this taste out of our mouth. So I'm okay with people being pissed off right now. It's okay. You know, you've put so much into this, you've poured so much into this to where it should bother you that we're down right now, and we're kicking ourselves while we're down. So it's our job to get back to work, get back to practice, and clean it up, and be ready to compete against one of the best teams in the state. Because if you want to be a playoff team, and you really want to make a run, and you really want to talk about the Dome, well, these are teams you got to beat, and that's on us.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Coach, to have a shot at playoffs, we're going to have to win the next two games. Of course, Dutchtown, and not this week, but next week versus Walker.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've left arguably the two toughest teams in district. We left them to have to win. I mean, you know, and look, again, if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat playoff teams. Right now, Dutchtown and Walker are big-time playoff teams playing great football. So you want to win, prove it. You want to get the job done, prove it. And look, we went out. You've proven that you're ready to be a playoff team, and we can get in there with a 0-0 record and start all over. But it's going to take one at a time. You got to take care of Dutchtown before we even look or worry about Walker. I mean, just that's a whole nother ball game that honestly is not even being talked about or looked at, because it doesn't matter if we don't take care of Dutchtown.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Brett Beard Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. As always, I'm Cooper Burrell. Coach Beard, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
Next week's game is at Dutchtown at 7. Hope we can see you there. And once again, thank you for watching this episode of The Brett Beard Show.